Welcome into 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase. I am a level 1 CMT and full-time trader. Today we are going to look at an update on Chainlink. We're going to start off on the daily, then we're going to zoom out to look at the weekly close, see how that goes. We're going to watch for some things to be looking forward to. If we move down, if we move higher, right, we're going to look at all of it. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you want more help navigating this cycle, consider subscribing through Patreon. You get access to our private Telegram alerts group and a lot more involved in your coins, right? You want requests on your coins? That's where to do it. So let's get to it. Daily chart, nice move up last Thursday, and we've been high and tight ever since. If we move down, you can see this zone. Previous high here, highs are over here, right? We don't want to really go back below that. That is also where our EMA 14 is, this purple line. You can see that's where we held the line here back in mid-December, right? way back 6 days ago. If you go all the way back down, right, where does Chainlink tend to hold in this uptrend? Well, there's the EMA 14 bounce again. Go back here, EMA 14 bounce again. So if we move down, that's the spot. EMA 14 currently at 25.89 and rising day over day. I'm glad you asked. Okay, so that's if we go down. What if we go up? Well, we don't have a whole lot. We're knocking on the door at 30, but we need to really kind of zoom out because we're above our big resistance zone. We've broken through that. You can see our multiple holds of the 21 EMA. The yellow line, that's usually a very bullish thing, and that's why we got a big kind of trampoline bounce up here. So again, the worst case we want to see is about 25.90 as of today. If we get a big red candle like this, like you don't want to be going back below that because that's where the pivot points have been in an uptrend. Each coin can act different. Some coins like the 8 better, the 21, even the 34 on some. But wherever you tend to hold the line in your current uptrend, that's where you want to be eyeballing if you move down. And you want to watch for the warnings where it'd be if you break that trend, if you break that cycle, right? So if we close under, let's say today we go down and we close under 25, we close at 24 something. Well, there's a whole sorts of warnings going up there, right? Because we would close well underneath all these short time frame supports, and a whole bunch of anomalies go flying, right? So we hope to look for structure. You want to maintain structure in a strong uptrend, and we're doing just that, right? So calm and collected for Chainlink so far. Don't lose sight, right? We're at 30 now, right? We've had some good moves up over the past several weeks, and case in point right here, right? A lot of green. So on this time frame, look at our test back here, right? Just last week, we tested the EMA 8 and bounced big time. Even different time frames can show more respect to one level or another. This case so far is the EMA 8. Move up here, sideways right into the EMA 8, bounce. Right, come back down, test the EMA 8 at our higher time frame weekly support zone. That's this. Let's zoom out and take a look here. Right, we came back down to the 618, $21 level last week. Enter EMA 8. Great. Now our next target is the 786, and we've gotten damn close. Our high is almost right on it, right? Areas of interest are Fibonacci's. They're not meant to be taken to the penny, right? They're general areas of interest. So you can think of it like zones, just like we have here, right? Not to a penny, but when you get damn close, like within a few percentage, it's time to wake up, right? That might be why we're hesitating here, at least initially. Now, you can't really call it boring anymore for Chainlink, right? We went up, 3x inside of a month, right? 35 days, the 3x. Yeah, we'll take that. Our next spot, right? Even if we come back down a little bit, right? EMA 8, watching the EMA 8. As of this week, it's 22. Next week, it'll probably be up around that 25 level that we just looked at on the daily. If we break through $32, right? You have our range highs here, 32, 33. Your next target is 43. Around there. At the 1618, that's from our high March and our low August. Beyond that, I mean, we're knocking on the door of all-time highs. We've only had, one candle above that area, right? One close ever. And if you go out far enough, which we looked at last week, we're knocking on the door right now of closing our all-time high candle for the 3-month chart. I'm well aware Chainlink has gone higher, but for the closing prices, look at the close. Our all-time high close is right there. We've never closed a quarterly candle above 30. we're on the verge of doing that in the next 15 days, right? So be mindful where we might not be at all-time high closes. A quarterly candle at all-time high close would be very significant, right? So we might just do it. We're right there right now, right? All right, so that's exciting news. All right, so back to the weekly. Again, if we go down, you've got it. If you go high, there's our high targets. Let's look at some indicators. We have our strength, our RSI. That's, you want this high. It's your strength to the rest of the market. Almost the highest it's been in, plus a year plus. If you go back to these areas, right? This is where Chainlink was at all-time highs back then, like $20, right? These moves here, right? So we're back to where haven't been in a long time. Okay, so we have all of these in agreement that we're obviously bullish. Look at the MFI, maybe the highest ever, honestly. If you don't take out this obscure anomaly back here, since that's 2019, by the way, just 5 years ago. But this is really the highest. Now, why MFI over RSI? I'm glad you asked. Similar, but MFI includes volume. So you want to be looking at that, right? So not only that, but you have your Fisher transform, just absolute money rockets to the sky. That's kind of what a 200% move in 30 days does for you. Our momentum's on our side. Everything's great here. Now, what you want to be watching for in the months and weeks ahead, which we'll obviously make more videos on this, is when you get above your red line here, around 2.4 on the Mayer multiple, things are getting hot, right? So it's generally a good spot to probably start locking in some kind of profit. Doesn't mean it's the top. It means you're probably looking at a minimum of consolidation in the next several weeks. Okay. So that's kind of what we use that for. Again, we talk about all this, and I teach you how to set all this stuff up, and you can ask me all the kinds of questions in our Patreon group, and we got a great bunch of people there that have been here a long time, years even. So check that out. Try it out for a month. If you don't like it, then you can fall off, right? No big deal. But some people think it's obviously well worth it. So if you've been watching and thinking about it, try it for a damn month and do yourself a favor. Okay. Anything else on Chainlink? Let me know in the comments below. We'll get to our quote and car of the day right now. So let's start off with, how about car of the day? Any guesses? If you said, let's take my picture out of here. All right, there we go. We get the full frame going. Pagani Zonda. This is actually the Cinque Roadster. Don't even ask the price. These are like so rare, it's stupid. You're probably looking at 10 million for this one. Pieces of art. If you just breathe on it, you owe some money to somebody. Look at the car. There's carbon everywhere. Like the entire car is carbon fiber. And exposed carbon. You have no idea. If you don't know anything about cars, that's about the most difficult thing you can do. And then it's book match too. So it's all, it's like mind blowing how difficult this would be to make. So look at even the carbon roof scoop. Like the roof scoop is right here. It's not a roll bar. Roll bar is right. God forbid you ever roll this thing. I think it'd be pretty much impossible. You have to go on about 300. Okay, so that's that. Quote of the day. Another one by Jim Rohn. We had some good feedback on Jim Rohn, so we're going to do some more of those because he's probably the best person to start if you're looking to change your life. Look at Audible for him, Jim Rohn. You can see the spelling right there. Okay, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense the first time you read it, but once you get it, it's hard to ignore. Okay, that's that. Let's get back to it. Questions on this? What do you want to see next? How high is Chainlink going to go? Well, if you stayed around this long, you probably already know because you've probably watched many videos, but there's your fibs. We got 2618 at 123, the 1618 at 230. I think these prices are out of reach for this cycle up here, but still in the wheelhouse. Depends on where we are in the next, 30, 45 days or so. If we're, near $40, $50, this time next month, then I could still potentially see this. But we're kind of leaning towards this one. Maybe just over 100. Kind of being conservative there. So if you're wondering, there you go. If you watch this long, kudos for you. Thank you. 47 gold stars. I only hand out 47 a day. Sometimes it gets up to 48 or maybe even 52. Those are rare days. Not many of those get handed out. All right. Completely pointless. Just blabbering now. All right.